It's Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity with your succulent tip of the day, and we are in Coronado at our beloved client Bayside Betty's to do her annual maintenance. I've got Luke, I've got Nate, I've got Kevin, and I've got Miguel behind the lens today. Hannah is on a cruise in Alaska, so she will not be back until next week. So I appreciate Miguel's help. So this, actually, you haven't really seen much of this front yard because this is Michael Buckner's installation. And I haven't wanted to film it because I just haven't really felt comfortable with that in the past. But I feel like, you know, as long as I'm clear about that, this isn't my work, this is his, and I just maintain it. And I've been maintaining this installation for the last 5 or 6 years. And I try to stay true to, you know, to his aesthetic, but there are things that need done, you know, always. The stick's on fire every couple of years. We cut off the tops, dig out the roots, reset the tops, because this has a system of all systems. And she likes to keep the garden also relatively low profile so that she has visibility to the street. So you will see, you know, Mike's dry river, how he takes river rocks and stands them up and creates these undulating designs. I've always admired this so much. And you know, where he gets these pot rocks, I have no idea, but I mean, look at this thing. It's so gorgeous. And he works with, you know, plants that I don't typically work with, so you'll notice that too. A challenge area has always been under this window. It's very oddly enough difficult to get things to really thrive here, and it's turned into just kind of this hodgepodge nightmare. Her gardener tries this or that, and you know, nothing really sticks, and our client really wants consistency through here along the front, and she loves flowers. And this is Coronado. So we, you know, identified that what's thriving in here that is non-succulent is the geraniums. So I went to Home Depot this morning and they did not disappoint. There were geraniums for days. So I got geraniums and I got mulch. Took me back, I'll tell you. So I'm gonna work on these beds. The guys are gonna be digging out these aloes because it's just time. You know, there's so much dead wood. They're so run-a-mucky. So they're gonna come out, we're gonna clean them up, and then we're gonna reset as cuttings. Unfortunately, the gardener got to this before I did and pruned the jade. So, you know, this is not great. It kind of breaks my heart. But I think I'll probably just, you know, just trim down a little bit more and let it regenerate, because it is a jade and it will come right back. And Betty wants privacy. She doesn't want to see through to the neighbor's yard. So, yeah. Then this aloe, you know, is a great example of something that has run amok. It's kind of lost its luster. So this will also, the guys will be cutting off all the tops and then digging out the roots and the stems and then resetting the tops. Check out this giant cactus, Myrtillo crestata. Super cool. We are not going to mess with that. Is that? Oh my gosh, Miguel, look. That's attached.
Oh wow, that's beautiful.
Isn't it pretty? I thought that just fell off something, but it's actually the flower for that cactus. Look at the little poofies on top. How cool. All right, then here, the stand of Aloe Cameronii, same thing. These are gonna be cut. We'll dig out the trunks, the stems, all the dead wood, and reset. It's just gonna look so much better when we do that. Same with these aloes. I mean, look at this. It's such a hot mess, but check out the blooms on this. I don't know what the cross is of this. This is a really interesting aloe, isn't it? I haven't seen anything quite like this before, especially with those blooms. But yeah, we will, you know, it'll just look so much cleaner and so much tidier. So we are still going to stay true to Michael's design. We're just gonna, you know, bring everything to heel. Here's a fern that needs to come out. And the quadricolors that just keep on giving. Hannah and I went through these and took out like 60 a couple of years ago, and they're back. But I'm not going to deal with this today because I need job security. I need something to do when I come back next year, and this will be at the top of my list. You'll notice a lot of bromeliads in this garden, which I absolutely love. And being Coronado and being super coastal, they are really easy to grow in the front yard, even in the sunshine. We just have the irrigation set up on a spray. You can see that spray head right there, and it goes off and just keeps water in all the cups. But oh, I cannot even begin to tell you how satisfying this is. I know I need to stop because we still have so much to see. Oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, this is so fun. Okay, I will stop. And, oh, thank you, Kevin. Somebody said, one of you said, Laura, you know, you hate detritus and it freaks you out. Why don't you carry around a little bucket all the time? For the same reason I don't push a cart through Costco. You know, I mean, there'd be no end of it. I would never get anywhere else. By having to rely on my hands once they're full, I have to quit, and that's kind of the point. Okay, yeah, look over here. Isn't this Melaleuca nosophila amazing? Woo! I keep this kind of bonsai'd, but I didn't plant it, and I didn't make the original shape, so I can't take any credit for it. Again, just maintain its cute little bobbly tops. And then, you know, like, look at this hot mess over here. We've got, and I planted this. This is me. I planted this jaguar, and yuck. We're going to get that out of there, and we're going to get all of these bromeliads out. There's so many cool places for these plants in the back, which is where I'm going to go with you right now. You know, it's such a shame. Poor Betty. You think living in Coronado that you would want to secure a home with a view. But alas, all she has to enjoy is the bay and downtown San Diego. I mean, guys, geez, right? I don't know how we're going to get anything done today. I can't even look at the camera. I've got to keep turning my head and looking at how stunning this is. Just a phenomenal, phenomenal property. But we have work to do, don't we? Yes. So you can see we have bromeliads around these palm trees. This one is clearly not doing well, so that will be a place where we can put a few more of the ones that I pull out from the front. I planted this caprasma in here a number of years ago because this is a really cool succulent compatible plant. It's called mirror plant. The leaves always look shiny, and it comes in a lot of different shapes and sizes. This is one of the mini leaves. I think it's called Tequila Sunrise, if I'm not mistaken. And it could do with a little bit of a cutback, so I might do that today. Over here, the gardener planted petunias against the wall of ivy. Isn't that so fun? I mean, it is. It's just really fun. You can see my influence over in the green pots with my cactus. And I've got, you know, I've tried, but she wanted colorful popping flowers over there. So what Betty wants, Betty shall have. More bromeliads we might be able to work in over here. This area, basically all I'm going to do, I worked really hard last year on cleaning this up, and it looks good. So I think all I need to do is have Greg bring over some little river rock, and we'll fluff up the rock in here a little bit. It looks a little light. Then over here, Betty would like to have these pygmy palms removed. They're blocking her view, she said, and we don't want that. So this guy here and this little sickly one are coming out, and then I will probably move these two beautiful glazed green pots over into their place. That's just going to look so much better. She has the right idea. This area underneath all of these trees and giant birds and sagos is also where we can place more of the bromeliads that we take out. This little container is a hot, tragic mess, and I've got some really cute, I actually found some really cute plants at Home Depot, and I'm going to be reinventing this into something better that will be easier to maintain. You know, a lot of this etiolation is just because this is very, very filtered in here. There's just really not enough sun to sustain these plants. So I'm going to make some changes.
You guys have the I saw your adventure. That looks good. Oh my god, it was. Yeah. But how far did you go? I'm like 3/4 of the way. 3/4 of the way. Yeah. It's not bad.
You know, just like a haircut, it's hard to believe how much stuff we pulled out of this yard. The truck is stuffed with detritus. And oh my goodness, it just feels amazing. The 4 of us, or wait, 5 of us, right? Got her done. Did some heavy lifting. The geraniums, I'm not hating it. I know, I'm a succulent person, but I think Betty was right, you know, having this color against the house and having symmetry on each side of the door was the way to go. We were able to pull all the mangaves and bromeliads out of here and work them into the back, and they look so nice back there. This just feels so much lighter, so much cleaner. I mean, we tore in and cleaned all the bromeliads, cleaned all the aloes. We dug so many of them out and reset them. Reset the sticks on fire, cleaned all the pups off of that pototorum over there, and that looks so much better. Planted a little echinopsis for her here in this pot. And over here, there was a half-dead bromeliad, so I replaced it with an Aloe cameronii. All of these little aloes got reset. More geraniums over here, and then I just top dressed with a little bit of pathway bark. Should not be an issue with this being an elevated bed. I'm confident that the gardener won't blow these away, hopefully. I had a couple geraniums left over, so I planted them along the property line over here. Oh wow, look at this, how much better. I can't even with it. Always the spider webs. So these look amazing. There's some space between the plants. The cactus is really showcased now. Look, I think these cameronii are already starting to turn colors. These got popped back in as cuttings. We cleaned up all of this area here. I cut back all of the senecio to expose the brick. Couldn't even see it. We cut all of the portulacaria off of the curb, and the only thing that I didn't do out here this time is tackle the quadricolors, but that's okay. We will get after these next time. So I said that I was going to redo this basket, but what I didn't realize, forgot that it was in sphagnum moss, and I didn't bring any new moss, so I couldn't really do a whole lot. I did clean it up. I took some dead stuff out and cleaned up all the detritus. We'll have to tackle this next visit, but it's not too bad. Over here, the guys removed the 2 pygmy palms, and we moved some potted plants kind of in the place of, really lowered the canopy. The client loves it, and it does give you a much better sight line to the bay. So that was a win. Then all of the mangaves and bromeliads from the front were scattered out in this shady tropical area over here. Miguel worked really hard cleaning this hot mess up. It was so overwhelming you could hardly even see the pot. So we cut a few of the stalks, but mainly just cleaned all the dead leaves off, and it just aired that right out. It looks so good. Over here, Luke planted some of the bromeliads from the front in the spot where those half-dead ones were, and that looks really, really good. Greg also came over to test the irrigation and make sure that that was 100, and it was. We didn't break anything, and everything was operating effectively. Here, this Aloe speciosa, I didn't get to this. I didn't really notice it till right now. I'm just gonna trim out these spent blooms because you can see the flowers are gone. And this is so focal from her house, from her window. I don't want her looking at that. Have to look at that. Okay. Mr. Weed. All right, that's mucho mejor. All right, over here, pop some mangaves from the front in right there. And then Miguel, if you just want to kind of walk back there, you can kind of show them some of the things that we did in this area. We just moved some things around, restaged after we removed those palms. More bromeliads. This is such a beautiful mixed garden. I just absolutely love this garden. And these aloes are really coloring up beautifully. These are the same ones that we have out front, but they just get hit with more sun, and I don't think they get as much water. Betty also thought her pachypodium was dead last year when it dropped its leaves in the winter. So she was tickled to see that it made a very hearty comeback. So, Monday we will be in La Jolla Shores, breaking ground on phase 2 in the backyard. Until then, or I guess I'll see you tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow, but I will think of something. In the meantime, thank you all so much for your subscriptions. Thank you for sharing the videos. Thank you for all of your comments and your love. This has been Laura Eubanks of Design for Serenity, reporting from Coronado with your succulent tip of the day. Bye, guys.